Hey guys, Josh Mabe here. As you know, a while back I replaced my everyday carry, which was a Glock 19, with a SIG X-macro 365 TacOps. We'll go ahead and check this. No mag, empty chamber, safe direction, click, gun is empty. I've got about 1,000 rounds through this gun now, and I must say, I love this little gun. I've had no issues with it so far. The only complaint I have on the SIG, which I mentioned in the original video, is travel. Don't mind the travel, that's fine. But when you hit the wall, it creeps back to the brake. Wall's taken up. It's just not smooth. If you see that movement right there, that's after the wall. It's just not that smooth. That's my only complaint with the gun. So it's 1,000 rounds in, that problem still hasn't fixed itself. So probably going to do a little work on the trigger here, make it a little bit smoother. May even look into seeing if they got a replacement trigger for it, because not a big fan of that. For concealed carry, it's not that big a deal. If you have to use it, I can still control the trigger perfectly fine, but I would just like it to be a little bit smoother. Aside from that, the night sights still working great. I had a couple failed fires. They were light strikes, but I believe it was the ammo. I was using some reloads. So as far as factory ammo, I haven't had any issues out of it. So yeah, so far I have been impressed with this little gun. I'm trying to think if there's anything else, if I had any complaints. The only thing I noticed, I've done really good with taking care of them. But if you carry a lot, especially in the South where it's hotter than Satan's ass crack right now, these magazines and the finish on this gun, fingerprints, sweat, anything like that, carrying a lot, if you don't wipe them down at the end of the day, you're looking at probably seeing a little flash rust pop up. But I do pretty good about wiping them down after a day I know they've got sweat on them. About once a week, I wipe them down anyway. But yeah, you can look here. You can't see any like pitting, anything like that. Matter of fact, at the moment, I wiped it down yesterday. You can't even see any flash rust whatsoever. So it's nothing that's going to damage it. It's just something that if you don't take care of regularly, you could see some pitting. But as you can see on the gun itself, no issues. So yeah, it's not that big a deal. It's just something to be aware of, because you definitely don't want to let this thing get too rusty or anything like that. Like I said, as long as you wipe it down, just kind of keep an eye on it. If you see any flash rust, make sure you wipe it down, keep it oiled well. You won't have any problems. But it's not quite like a Glock. Glock, you can kind of just forget about it. They got a really good finish on them. Their magazines are polymer, so it's something you don't have to worry about very much at all. This one, you kind of do. But as far as the way the gun shoots, love it. The way the gun feels, absolutely love it. Gun feels amazing in the hand. Really like that. This mag well really sets the grip in nice. I like that. The gun is slim. It conceals extremely easy, even with the mag well, which you can take off if you want a little more deep concealment. I don't care if this part prints a little bit on my shirt. I just really don't care. I like it for quick reloads. But we're going to shoot this one a few times. I've got nothing bad to say about the gun. We're going to shoot it some steel, have a little fun here for a few minutes, and that will wrap up this video. So let's go ahead. We're going to load this one up. We're going to do a quick reload and see how it does. But yeah. As you see, little gun is accurate, does well shooting quick, Does well with the reloads. I like that. You can flick that empty mag right out of it, no problem. Sights are good. Still functions flawlessly. The finish and watching out for rust with sweat on the mags and the slide and the trigger. It's only 3 things that I've had any kind of issues with. Trigger you can overcome easily, especially for concealed carry, because that little creep isn't affecting anything but me. It's not going to affect the shooting of the gun, because in concealed carry situations you're not even going to notice that. But it's just something that bothers me out here on the range playing around. Finish, just keep a check on it, you'll be perfectly fine. Same thing with the mags. Aside from that, great little gun. If you haven't tried a 365, highly recommend checking one out. Now this is the largest of the 365s. You can get a smaller version if you want to. I like this one because of the 17 round capacity and such a slim overall profile. I really like getting that. But yeah, once again, I'm growing on SIG. I used to not be a giant fan, but these last few guns I've shot from SIG, they are really growing on me. So check one out, see what you think. Let me know in the comments if you've shot one of these, how you feel about it. I love hearing from y'all. I love talking to y'all. So let me know in the comments what you think. Aside from that, I'm Josh Mabe, and I will see you on the range. Have a good one.